Okay, finally, your girl is back with part 2. Oh, did I spit? Anyway, your girl's back with part 2. So if you want to move, you know what to do. Stay tuned to this video. Because once you move out, what you don't want to do is have to move back in unless times get rough. Now, if they get rough, humble yourself and go back in the house. Like I went in the house. So anyway, stay tuned for this video so we can get you moved out. Y'all, we are ready to move out, okay? I got my notebook with me. I got a couple of tools. So I'm going to make sure that you are ready to move out. I hope this video will help you. I know this video will help you. But if you got some questions, comments, concerns, you feel like your girl didn't address enough, make sure you comment below. Follow me on Instagram at Diamond B. Frazier. You can hit me up in the DM. I definitely do reply. And I'm more than happy to help you. I'm not sure if some of you might have seen. It's a video that I put down in private. Probably put it up at some point again. But I said that I was going back to school. And one of the things that I'm going to school for is personal finance and entrepreneurship. So I cannot wait to work with some of you all or other people around the world and really help them create the lives that they want. I'm so super excited. So yeah, this video is definitely a start. And who doesn't want to move? Who doesn't want to move? Who don't want to live on their own and be independent? Walk around butt naked in your home, cooking your own food, doing your own thing. Ain't nobody telling you where you at, where you been, why you ain't home yet. You just coming in the house on your own terms. Okay, Ari Lennox made the song Apartment. You see why it's a beautiful thing. And I had to go back home, but I really love being back home. I don't mind it, but look, we want to do our own thing. So that's what we're about to do. I'm about to shut up, stop talking, and get to the point. So I want to make sure I miss anything. So let's start. You need to know how much it is that you need to save. Some people say you need 6 months worth of rent. Some people say you need 3 months. Some people say you need a whole year. Okay, cool. But how much is that really? How much does it really cost to live on your own? Only you know that. You know your circumstances. You know your debt. You know the bills that you have while you're still at home. And you know you can kind of map out what you're going to have to now add on to your plate. So if you're already struggling right now, then we got to find little ways to get you out of the struggle so that you can bring on more on your plate and not be stressed out. So that's what we're going to do here today. So this is going to be backwards because I'm facing a camera, so it's going to look a little bit different. But first things first, I want to talk about savings. So I feel like personally, before you leave the house, you should have $15,000 saved up. And you may say, Diamond, in less than a year? In a year, $15,000? How? Well, if you make $30,000 a year, you telling me you can't save half of that? Or maybe you make $20,000. But that's why it's a little bit tricky making videos like this, because I don't know how much I make. I could be $10 an hour. It could be $12. It could be $13, $18, $25, $30, $35. Lord knows. But once we figure out how much it's actually going to cost to move out, then we can kind of touch on how to get the money to do so. So for first things first, let's just hypothetically say you want to save $6,000 before you move out. Now, $6,000 might sound like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do that? But $6,000 over the course of 12 months, that's $500 a month. If you get paid bi-weekly, that's $250 per paycheck or $125 a week. But it really does sound better if you say $250 per paycheck. And I think that's definitely doable. And how can we do this, Diamond? How can we do it? How? You have to treat your savings as if it is a bill. So here, Exhibit A. I know it's backwards because it's like facing the camera, but as you can see, so here you have the month. We're in January right now. So if this is something that you actually want to do in the next year, you don't have to start this month. This is pretty much a guide to keep you on track. So really, this could be February to February. Lord knows. But this is the month that you're going to have the money saved up. So week 1, if you get paid bi-weekly, then it would be $250 here. This is hypothetically. You make sure you do what's good for you. I'm just giving out numbers, to kind of just help for conversation's sake. So we're trying to save $6,000 in a year. So we will put $250 here. So we're not putting it there unless we actually put that money aside. Then when the next paycheck comes, if you get paid bi-weekly, then we're going to put another $250, and the total you should have is $500 for your first month. Boom. And having stuff like this You don't have to print it out or anything like this. I really honestly created this for myself, but you can just write it in a notebook. Like, keep track of it. You accomplish things better when you can actually see the progress. So first things first, treat your savings like a bill. You have to have money to move out. All these other YouTube videos are like, how do you move out with no money? How do you move out with nothing? It's not smart. You don't want to move out and be struggling, because then you're going to be more stressed out. Yeah, you're struggling in your own place, but that's not really a good feeling. So we want to make sure we're saving. Think about how much it is that you feel like you need to save. But I feel like you'll have that question answered a bit more once we get a little bit deeper into the video. So, cool. Next thing, you have to be realistic with how much money you make. So not the, oh, I make $15 an hour. If I work 40 hours a week, this is, no, taxes come out, whatever exemptions, what Uncle Sam want the money. So whatever come out after that, be real. Look at your pay stubs. Look at your bank statements. See the history of, like if you get direct deposit, or look at your pay stubs. See how much money you actually bring in. See how much money you're spending on food, whether it's partying, drinking, bills. Be realistic. Really look at a trend and see how much money you're actually putting out and where your money is going. My personal financial institution, and there's other apps aside from your bank, but they have certain things where it categorizes your spending so you can see where your money is really going. Sometimes if we're not keeping track of our money, we're like, why are we not saving? But if you actually see it, you'll become more disciplined, because it's like, dang, I spent $500 on food. That could have been $500 towards my new furniture. Okay? All right, so next thing, how much money are you actually going to need to move out? And I know, again, this is backwards, so please bear with me. But this is what you're going to spend in a month. So you want to think about rent, utilities, car, blah, blah. Only you know what these numbers are. I could fill them in, but I don't know where you live. You could be in the DMV area. You could be getting a roommate. So the rent might be $1,400 and you know you got to come up with $700. So you could put that there. Or you're the one that's paying $1,400, $1,500. Or you got to put that there. Or if you're going, in an area with more, an expensive rent, that's better for you. $900, whatever the dollar amount is, put in how much it is that you want to pay for rent. And you'll really have a better idea of this number when you know what area it is that you want to live, where you want to live, whether it's based off of the cost of living, whether it's your job, you want to be close to your job, or close to a specific place, like close to somewhere where it's a grocery store, so you don't got to drive 45 minutes away to get to Giant or Safeway or wherever. So that is very, very important. Then your utilities. So all the numbers here, don't be so spot on with it. Give yourself some wiggle room. You don't want to underestimate your bills and you end up in a position where you're paycheck to paycheck, or you just by the skin of your teeth made it. Because take it from me, your girl's gas tank was on E and it was nothing to eat. And when I had planned, I had did something like this. I love to write. I'm very organized. I did something like this, and I did not have a slot for savings, and I didn't have a slot for spending money. I had specifically bills. So this is very, very important. Make sure whatever numbers that you're putting down here, add $100, add $50 more, so that you're over preparing for it. So when you get there, if there ends up being some surprises, you're a little bit prepared, but then you know what it is that you need to plan for the next month. You just never know. Like my first BG&E bill in my little apartment was $190. Why? Because I didn't have real credit established at the time, and it was like, oh, we don't know her like that. And BG&E, for some of y'all that don't know, it's a utility bill, so like your electric. They were like, oh, we don't know if you really gonna pay, so we got to make sure. So they put down $190 for my first bill. But after a year of showing that I can actually pay on things on time, I was credited that money back. So you got to plan for stuff like that. So again, get a good look at it. You can type something up. You can write it on your own, but really write this down and be realistic and have your total at the bottom, so you know over the course of the month what it is that you will have to pay in bills, so that you can compare it to how much money it actually is that you make. So now luckily there's Uber, there's Lyft, there's DoorDash, there's Postmates. There's so many other things that you can get extra money, or if you want to get a part-time job, or if the job you currently at, it's time to start asking for things that you want. Like, oh my gosh, I really want to move up in a company. How can I, move up? blah, because we try to get money so that we can live comfortably and not paycheck to paycheck. So if this total number right here is like exactly or a little bit more than what it is that you're bringing in now, then you know where you stand. You may be not ready to move out, or no, you need to get on your grind, start saving more, spending less, or finding ways to make more money. And definitely a side hustle, things that you're passionate about, is a great way to make money as well. So that is that. Something that you really need to think out of outside of your monthly expenses is what happens when you move in. Before you even get what do you need? You need furniture. So if you're not going to bring the stuff from where you're currently at and you want new things, then you have to factor in your dresser if you get one, your bed, your couch, dining room set, TV if that's what you're going to do, towels, washcloths, bowls, cups, spoons, silverware as a whole, all that. You air freshener, toilet paper, stuff to clean, a broom, a vacuum. There's a lot of things that you have to think about. So if you scroll on Amazon or you be shopping online, just start kind of mapping out how much these things are going to cost so you can put that to the side. I personally, again, feel like $15,000 is a great amount of money to have before you move out. So if you want to do that in a year, then you know exactly how to do it. That's when you will want to revisit this $15,000, break it up into 12 months and break it up into each paycheck, and then pay yourself, make it happen. But if you're not able to do 15,000, that's just my personal take. It could be 10 for you, it could be 5 for you, whatever it is, whatever your circumstances is, whatever you feel like you need, you can do that. Girl, it's getting dark outside, but you have to plan for that as well. The reason why I say $15,000, first month's rent, security deposit, you know, the furniture, the whole shebang, like whatever it is that you need. If you got to pay movers, a U-Haul truck, like consider all of that. So I'm like $5,000 just off the break before I even move in. And that's just comfort, because I don't put out that much money. Your girl's a Big Lots shopper, a Walmart shopper, a Ross shopper, inexpensive, but $5,000 for that. Then I want $5,000 for, 3 months bills saved up. And then I want another $5,000 just for cushioning my savings account. So let's go back over this one more time. You want to make sure that you have a savings plan. Pay yourself. You will make sure that it gets done when you can visually see it. And then also write down, I know this is backwards, y'all, but write down how much it's actually going to cost you to move out. If you follow these steps, I promise you, you will move out in a year. It's a little bit hard to move when you don't know what you're working with. Go back in your bank statement. Start looking at how much money that you've already spent, where your money is going, whether you got to get those apps and start seeing like, dang, I'm really spending $500 on food. Like, really be real with that. I hope this video helps. I know it will help because your girl knows what she's talking about. If you need like specific things about your circumstances, if you need specific numbers, any more guidance, hit me up, comment below, email me at diamondbfrazier@yahoo.com. You can hit me up on Instagram at diamondbfrazier. I would definitely follow you because I really am passionate about helping people and being where you want to be. So yeah, follow me, comment below, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.